let's get a conversation. Let's move it forward. I'm being joined by one of the chieftains of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Mr. Oladimeji Fabi. Thanks so much indeed for your time tonight.
Thank you, Shehu. It's good to see you.
Yeah, the APC said your party is the architect of its own woes. Why are you blaming the APC for your problem when these are internal issues? And I said there are a lot of experienced politicians in the ADC. Why did you allow this on yourself?
Shehu, thank you very much. Really, we didn't allow it on ourselves because the birth of ADC, was greeted with all sense of due diligence before we embark on this journey. The original ADC under Rafungos met the leadership who were proposing coalition at that time, and every legal requirement and anything you can call requirement were met. So we didn't put this on ourselves. And let me tell you, the APC that said we had the problem of we had reactions of our own problem, I think they are being economical with the truth, because we know we don't even need to prove anything. Let me put it this way: before President Tinubu came into power, we had a president, Muhammadu Buhari, who equally spent 8 years. May his soul rest. During that time, did we witness what we are witnessing against the opposition today? No. So everybody will be right to say that APC is clear, it's everywhere, it's glaring that they were the reason for all of this onslaught, assault on the opposition parties. It is obvious. We made noise about it. We shouted on top of our voices that these guys wanted a one-party state. Nobody believed us. This guy wanted only President Tinubu to run, to be on the ballot in 2027. Nobody believed. But it's clear now. Let me tell you. When you are digging a hole for your enemy, be careful. Don't dig it too deep, because you may end up being in that hole. That's what has happened to APC. So when the defending, they say they are responsible for everything. What happened to the PDP? We knew, it's there in the public. What happened to Labour Party? What happened to NMPP? Everybody, can all of these people be wrong that APC, you are the architect of Nigerian political problem, democratic problem? So we don't have anything to prove. Everybody knows where they are coming from. So they should go and tell those to the Marines.
Let's talk about the Nafi Ubala matter. And he's gone to court. And there is a counter from the David Mark side of the divide saying, look, don't mind him. These are the issues. But like I said, we're looking at the law and the encumbrances here, right here. We do not want to get ourselves in trouble about this matter. So we are going to stay away without recognizing you or anybody else until that matter is rested in court or decided by the court.
INEC Ed. And they've exhibited a lot of bias and compromise. I just listened to the guest before me. He's a lawyer. You can hear what he said. He placed it on the table, and that settles it. And when this matter came up yesterday, I spoke to an SAN who said, no, that Amokuton should have known better. A professor of law, SAN of many years of standing, he should have gone through this route. And you can hear the guy that just left now, like Boros Oshoma, a very sound lawyer. You could see his analysis, even though he didn't want to go into the detail of it so that it won't be subjudicial. So you can see what, you can hear him, you can hear what everybody is saying. Now, Today, I'm sure if I were APC, I would go back to my shell and be crying, because they have failed. They have made many attempts. They have put many obstacles on the ways of all the opposition, especially the ADC. They are done with PDP. They are done with Labour. They felt AD is his nest. But they have failed with this. They've tried. When APC came, they said it won't last for 3 months. How many months have we been here now? They should go and tell that to their members who don't even know, who don't even identify between A and B. We know what we stand for. We know what we want. We know what we are doing. And we are going to come out of this clean. Let me give you the analogy. Let me give you this simple analogy that comes to my head right now when you talk about what INEC did, because I don't want to talk about Nafi Ubala. Now, it's like when a child is born on July 29th, and the birth certificate was issued on September 2nd. September 9. Did anybody argue that child was born before? Nobody argues that child was born before September 9. Nobody claimed that the legal lesson of that child before the print of certificate was illegal. Did anybody say that? So it means that INEC make that mistake, and they have time to own up and correct what they have done, the injustice, the illegality they have committed against ADC. They should do that now. It's important they do that for the sake of our democracy, for the sake of Nigeria.
Did you see the statement and the literature that INEC released, and the premise, and they gave the timelines, they gave the premise upon which they took their action? Did you read the literature?
I read it, but is INEC the court? Why didn't they go back to court and get a judge or another that will say stop David Mark from being the leader? Is there any judgment? Is there any order to that effect?
There was an order saying
that what?
And there were counter orders. Order from Nafiu Bala, and there is.
Just answer, please. I want to see that order that says INEC stop recognizing or stop David Mark and Aregbesola from parading themselves as national chairman and secretary. These are the two people that owns the party as far as INEC is concerned. Where is that order that INEC is acting upon? They should tell us.
So the question...
Why can't they ask Nafi or whatever to go back to court and get that order? Why would they have to take side? They took side in this matter. But the question... And that's exactly what
Mr. Fabi, just let me put a question in. The big question here is that there is a court document coming from Nafi Bala. There is a court document coming from Senator David Mark. And the question is that INEC is in the middle. And they say, look, we have been caught in the middle.
That is wrong.
And we don't want to be to seem to be obstructing justice. Rather than get in the way of taking side, we're going to stay away from recognizing anyone who stop putting your name up or recognizing you until the matter is rested and decided by the courts.
INEC acted ultra-virus, as the guy that just left, the lawyer that just left mentioned. They don't have the right to do that. They should have, INEC is established by law, they should have requested, should have asked. That
is
get this
order,
they should have requested
is your party attempting to go to the court to enforce its right?
If it's necessary, we do it.
But were you at the press conference today?
I was there, and the press conference was very clear. What the national chairman said was very clear.
That your party can no longer trust INEC.
We can no longer trust them. And again, let me tell you, we are not going to obey anything that is unlawful from INEC. We'll go ahead with our congresses. We'll go ahead with they should tell us the law that said they have to be there and preside. It's just to come and to notify them, and we have done that. We are not going to do that. See, INEC working with the APC has shown to the entire country with this thing they have done, with what this action, that they are not to be trusted. They've lost all the confidence of Nigerians before. Now they are coming up with something now that's very ridiculous, revalidation of voters. Do you know what that means? Because they want to clean out some people, especially in Lagos and some populated area where they feel threatened. That's what they want to do. Nigerians should never get into it. We will tell our members not to get into it. That revalidation exercise is a scam to delete your name from the system because they know they can't win it. And they're working in line with APC. So we'll never allow that to happen.
All right, give me a moment. Let's take another break. But when we come back, what will ADC do in the light of this new development from INEC? And the fact remains that the time is no longer on the side of any political party. If anything will be done, that will be now. We'll be right back. Thanks so much, everyone, for staying with us. Oladimeji Fabi is the chieftain of the ADC and he's been speaking with us. So, in this final stretch, we're looking at the options now left to the ADC. And a lot of your members will now be very worried about how things are panning out. Very slim chance for your
Nigerians
party.
Are worried. Nigerians are not just members of
anyone
a party.
Should be worried.
Nigerians, anybody should be worried with what we are witnessing in our democracy. When we have a leadership that wants to turn the entire democratic process that brought them into power upside down. Nigerians are worried. Everybody should be worried, and that's what we're saying. And the party today made it emphatically clear what we wanted. We don't have trust in you again. Mr. Chairman of INEC, resign your position because we don't trust you anymore. When they push confusion, we push clarity. That's exactly what we're doing here. They are pushing confusion everywhere, and it's to push clarity, and that's exactly what we're doing. Why are they treating the upload as if it were when the day David Mark came into the system? There were events that led to that. So why did INEC, why was INEC trying to be funny about that?
But we understand that this coalition was actually planning a new party like ADA. What happened to that idea?
We should ask INEC. INEC don't register. How many parties did INEC refuse to register? Yes, INEC did not register new parties. They only registered to few months ago. See, all of these are broader plans.
Does the coalition have a plan B? Because I mean, this cannot be your only plan. If you know that
the people, the leadership in the ADC understands the enormity of what they were doing. They know who they are dealing with. They've been friends at some point. Their political lives have crossed at some point. They know who they are dealing with, so they are on top of the game. Don't miss what about that. We know what we are doing. We know what they are doing. We also know what we're doing, and that's exactly why we are telling Nigerians that this is an opportunity for you to rise up and defend your democratic rights. It's about being taken away from you, your future, your freedom. Democracy guarantees freedom, quality freedom. Freedom of association, of participation, and all that. If those freedoms are taken away from you, then your qualitative democratic rights have been taken away from you. That's what we are telling them, so, and they must not allow that to happen.
Mr. Fabi, you are someone who has worked with Atiku Abubakar for several years, and in most of your political journey, you can almost close your eyes and write the story of Atiku Abubakar wanting to become president, and there are those who will say he's at the forefront of this coalition, and there are those who will think that for someone like that, it can never be naive. He must have seen that this happened. And for someone like Atiku Abubakar, he's been friends with Bola Tinubu and the rest of them.
I just said
John Oyegun has been in the APC.
They know the president.
Rauf Aregbesola is probably one of the closest persons to President Bola Tinubu. He cannot say that they cannot see this coming.
You know, sometimes
this cannot be the only plan. Is there a plan B?
B, C, D. I won't say more than that. Just watch out, Shion.
Yeah, because the danger for some of us who are die hard on the issue of democratic values and the interests of the Nigerian people. If there is a popularity, get it tested. Let the people tell us the true state of things.
Thank you.
If you are not wanted, democratically, let people choose who they want. But when we're going like this, the question, the blame I will have, if I were, and I'm asking myself, I mean, you keep blaming the ruling party. If I was in the ruling party, would I have done similar things to decimate the opposition? They said just remember, they said the opposition threatened them first, that you wanted to pour sand in their gari. Now they are pouring the sand in your gari. Shouldn't you have planned ahead? That when the sand is coming, you have something to stay afloat.
We are two presidents before President Bola Tinubu, or President Goodluck Jonathan. If President Goodluck Jonathan has done half of what the current president is doing, APC or ACN wouldn't have been in existence today. If President Buhari has done the way they have done, we won't be talking about PDP or anything today. President Buhari let everybody play their own, freely do your thing. Why is Mr. If you believe you have done so well, fantastically well for Nigerians, why are you afraid? You have captured judiciary, you have captured National Assembly, you have captured the security institutions, you have captured the INEC, the umpire, and you see them misbehaving. You have captured some governors. Why are you scared? Why are you afraid? Why can't you give Nigeria a free and fair election? What is the issue? Tell us. If you feel you have done so well, you have the governors, you have everything, then what is the problem? This is the question we ask. This is what the question we want Nigeria to start asking them. Why do they want to kill the opposition? Any democracy without a viable opposition is not a democracy. Democracy dies. And we don't want the democracy to die.
In political war, they say all is fair in war. But then not at the detriment of our democracy.
Thank you very much, Fabi.
Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you for all you do for our country and for that land. We appreciate you.
That's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Sean Okimale. God bless Nigeria.